Well, tonight we heard Governor Daniels give his State of the State address, and the governor did a decent job in terms of his delivery of the speech. I heard a couple things that I agreed with. I agreed with his position on some criminal justice reforms that we can make that are common sense reforms, not incarcerate those who do not need to be incarcerated within our society, and reserve incarceration for the most serious type of offenders. So I agreed with that position. I agreed generally with his parameters that he held out and how to come to a budget for the state of Indiana. There were some things that I'm very concerned about. I was concerned about many of his major education proposals that he terms reforms, but which I think in the long run could do more damage to our public schools, especially the idea, I think it's a very serious idea that we have to carefully consider whether or not it is the duty of the state of Indiana to fund private schools. I have nothing against private schools. I support private schools, but I've always believed there should be a separation of the state, certainly from the vast majority of private schools, which are religious institutions. And I'm not so sure that the private schools themselves would think that's a good idea, because if we're going to be funding our private schools with public dollars, then I think the public has to get involved in terms of those schools and how they're run and the standards. And so I don't know if that's a road we want to go down. Now, overall, there was one thing which I thought was lacking in the governor's speech that did concern me. I didn't hear any jobs plan. We just didn't have that, and I think in my district that is the thing which the constituents are mostly concerned about. How do we create jobs in the state of Indiana? The governor seemed to dwell on the idea that we have to wait for there to be some sort of a national recovery, and maybe he's aware of something that I'm not in terms of that recovery being right around the corner. We all hope that's the case, but I hope to have heard some solid plan that the governor had for us to create jobs now in the state of Indiana. And I still hope that's what we can yet accomplish as legislators here in this session.